I'm trying to build the story where the XP kind of change, so it's not like
it's balanced.
Here's a great worm. Oh, you guys are only level 13? Oh, you're fucking dead. Trying to.
Yeah.
Wait, how great is the worm? Is it an earthworm?
Amazing.
Those are weird.
With a
I
Y.
Oh, super amazing great.
Like,
Super best friend
why do we let Mark talk?
None of us have figured it out yet.
Is it like the worm from Dune? Can we write it? Can I be
His
with
fault.
Shai Halud?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
At least partly my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Well,
only
the
one
fact
in
that
this
he's
room.
here is your fault.
Well, I'd probably more of John and Mary. But
Yeah,
they're
but-
not in this
Yeah.
room.
You invited him here.
They convinced me to move up here and they moved away. So
Yeah.
that's how they work.
I
But
still recall fondly the first night that Mark and Ross met. It was right over there. It was glorious.
it's fun. I just pushed it a little bit, and then I was like, okay, I really need this.
Even after I warned him, do not try Ross. Ross will reach over the table and smash your face off of it. Did it anyway.
See, I didn't dish out the beatings, but I can certainly take the beatings. I'm like Daredevil.
Just a ball of hate just got bigger.
But now we're best chums, right? Love
Why are
too,
you on this side of the table?
Love you too, robot. In that way.
It's a fight for all of us to get here. It's fucking. Oh
There's
shit,
a lot of
Mark's
great
sitting over
fanny
there.
grunts that go on this
I
table.
don't want to sit next to Mark. Put him over there.
We're still level 5, technically.
Oh, he's here.
No, we
Just
leveled.
kind of shifts slightly to
Did
the
we
other
both
side.
level?
Yeah. So does everybody remember where we left off?
Nope.
No?
No one remembers where we left off.
I was next to an electric pillar.
We
Oh,
killed
yeah,
the
you're,
A lot has happened. Not a lot. Actually, not much has happened since
we
then.
got back to the city and then we went to the church.
You
then-
guys went back
Yeah.
to the city. Kevin had his occurrences with the church. Ross went to the town council. You guys met the woman in the street.
I was going to look for something.
We got some information that people we talked to were not actually people we talked to.
Oh, yeah. Him.
Whether the people,
Got that.
people in the Rangers or the fucking whatever it was or not.
And the
The
blacksmith.
last note I have is Lord Demetrius.
That's the vampire voice that talked to you while you were at the vampire.
Got through a little bit of my mouth. While we're still on this.
Always.
Yeah. Can we talk about what a biovac is?
Yeah.
It's a road south of Pingilly, okay? 'Cause I was driving down the road and I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap!
Okay, new one. That's not right.
Oh, you're only at 2,000 experience.
Cut
Oh.
off.
Unlevel you.
You
Sound
must
pretty?
have created some magic items or something. He leveled.
Zondar. Rondar, the rat fool, captain of the guard.
So I
Big
think I'm at
motherfucker.
14. I think I'm
Yep.
this close to leveling.
I see Mark did his homework. Ross couldn't because I found out today that the email did not get sent to Ross.
Nope.
I was
Actually-
like, send this to everybody.
No, I actually didn't, because this is the stuff you get Rob. I forgot about that.
Oh,
I perused it.
Some, yeah.
well, that's fine. I don't care if you didn't read it.
I
It's
actually-
your loss.
What didn't we read?
I emailed
Oh.
everybody notes from Rob that Rob had.
I didn't get any notes.
I emailed it to you.
Oh, okay, so I am reading
When?
it technically, but it's on there too.
Yeah, I just
Check your spam. I was gonna read it, and I was like, I'm on my computer. I'll leave it on my phone, and then I forgot about it. Did something else. I was like, oh hey, YouTube.
2 days
I
ago.
probably haven't checked my email since then.
it's possible.
I don't have anything to
I was like,
send.
Kevin just sits around at work. Maybe he'll have time to read it.
It's like, do I work today?
Damn it.
But we gotta save his soul, Stever's soul.
Staver.
I got nothing.
I wrote.
No,
mental
you
notes.
didn't get it, Ross, because I got this message cannot be sent.
What was going on in the town? So they did some shit, and we gotta go someplace now. It's been so long.
You went to talk to the council.
Yeah,
He wasn't
they-
that pissed off that it was destroyed.
Yeah, but they didn't give us anything either.
They didn't give you anything
I was a
either.
little pissed off about that.
the paladins went to the Temple of Heronius, and then Kevin had a meeting with the Lord
Head.
So
because
if I
the
decided to burn
courier's
this
response.
town down, would that like put me at neutral?
The courier's response was not did not match up with the information he was being fed at the temple.
Right.
And then you guys bumped into the old woman on the street.
Oh yeah, she's all crazy and shit.
Yep.
That was crazy. That was begging you to save Staver.
Yep.
Side quest, possibly main quest.
Most likely main
Can we
quest.
punch the old lady?
Yes.
She's long since gone. You guys were back at the inn, and that was where we called it.
Wanted to be like Captain Marvel. No. No, he gets pop culture reference. Okay.
No,
I'm gonna go back over here now.
I don't watch women in Marvel movies.
It's in the trailer, so that's why. Because they just show her just like punch an old lady.
On the
You
train.
haven't seen
It's
the
not
real
an
one
old
where he
lady.
punches the
It's a
baby.
scroll.
Yeah. The second trailer actually showed the thing of it. The first one just showed her punch an old lady. And it's
Yeah.
yeah.
And the second trailer shows the old lady growl first. And then do crazy fucking ninja shit on the subway pole.
All I know is I'm very upset about the Teen Titans. The live action series.
Oh, I heard that was horrible.
I have to do reading. Hold on.
What does your line tell you?
Lion, what do you tell me?
We're gonna play with cat toys and roll around in this sand.
And I'm going to eat all the dwarves.
Yeah. It's fun. Fuck off. I have a fun at losing to Jordan though.
You're gonna choke on me, bitch.
I watched an interesting video yesterday just because I was bored and I needed something to watch while I was pooping about pouring out a little liquor for your homie. The fact that it actually dates back to ancient Egypt. To the point where the Greeks actually built in like a mug in the tomb that had like a drain that drained into the coffin onto the body.
That's weird.
It was their way of continuing to bond with the dead. Like they would go and celebrate a holiday at the grave and
Oh, see, bros are more in touch with the history than you thought.
If you die before me, I'm pouring straight Coors Light in your coffee.
I'm gonna be dead. I'm not gonna care.
You could say that would be unbearable.
Punch him.
That's some light joking.
Use this bottle.
That's a good beer. Don't do that.
Smash.
it's worth it, okay? I'm
I'll buy you
sure
another one.
everyone will chip in.
I thought I was gonna buy something. But I don't remember what it was. I don't got any notes.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna look around and buy things.
How much money do I have?
This
That
town
was the
is way
first
too
thing.
small.
I don't have
for what I want.
any
So-
money. It keeps getting stolen. I don't think I have any money. Either. I don't recall, but
Sell your body, God.
Wait,
Sell my body. Yeah. Got money. Got godly body.
where did my character sheet? I'm like, where did my character sheet go?
I just had it.
Someone stole me.
What's the TLDR on this?
Huh?
What's the
Too long
TLDR
didn't
on this?
read.
Too long didn't read. It's too hard to read with all these voices.
What?
It's ultimately
Distractions?
just talking about a caravan that went out into the desert to the east.
Going to the
6
desert?
times. Keep talking.
30 potions of
Fucking
irrelevance.
Hey, robot.
Yo,
Since you weren't here last session,
yeah,
One page.
I'm just going to text message you.
okay.
Yeah, you're dead.
I was just trying. I'm like, I highlighted that all of these things happened since they got back into town, except for this one. Let me read it. Oh, it pertains to Robot and Jory only, and neither one of them were here. Okay, solved.
Yeah, he charged you last weekend. He just fucking. Oh, robot's gone. Dead.
Nice.
Good luck making a new level 1 character.
Just I make the same
I
exact
was
character.
about to say, fighters are easy to spit out. Just here's
He's
a
your
couple.
son.
Yeah.
I'm here to avenge my dad. Just put Junior on your name.
Next one.
Scratch it out.
Archer did.
Okay, we gotta go to the desert. Let's go.
Alright.
Too long didn't read. Go desert.
That's right, because I made the.
He hired a bunch of staff. We could kind of like try to figure out. I don't know.
Who hired staff?
The dude.
What dude?
The people.
The one that did the thing,
Is that the old woman's
The
son?
guy?
Oh.
The scholar Edurian.
Scholar Adrian. Alright,
Wait.
I'm taking notes.
Call
Maybe
him
not.
Zen.
Fountain of the King.
Steven.
We can start.
Scholar.
Yep.
Svendelson.
So you guys are going to go
Staber.
into the desert.
Alright.
Yes.
How far away is the desert from this location?
Several weeks.
Several weeks.
Are we skipping several weeks?
We made it there.
Weeks journey.
If you want to try and read it, go
One
ahead.
of us got dysentery.
Well,
It also broke an axle.
so in terms of
Roll
like
for bandits.
where we are,
Roll the
Who
one.
has scholar
Shit.
we're on the sea, right?
You're on the coast right now.
So we're gonna take a ship there, or are we gonna have to
You're gonna travel inland.
inland?
You'll basically travel from where you're at, through this country, through another. They're all very small countries. It's more city-state type countries.
Yeah.
Through this country, through the next country, which is kind of a foresty, controlled by elves place.
Yeah.
Then
What?
in,
No.
then
No,
into
no.
then into like a more rolling plains that eventually turns into the desert.
Okay.
Now it won't take long. The elvish kingdom is just a strip of forest,
Yeah.
and you can stay on the main road. Elves, they don't really interact.
Are we going with a caravan?
You could go with a caravan. You could make quick travels.
Okay, so the journey isn't gonna be
The journey isn't significant.
okay.
If that's where you guys are choosing to go, the journey is insignificant. We'll assume that you guys can travel along with.
What other choices do we have? Is there more in there?
There's not more in there. If you guys don't want to do it, you don't have to do the side quest.
Oh, the side quest? Fuck yeah, side quest.
Yeah.
We actually found one, so it's fine.
Yeah.
We gotta do it.
This side quest has been
Re-shifted.
started and then leveled, and then you guys missed it, and then leveled, and then you guys missed it, and now leveled to this point. So
You're like, I don't know how much more I can level.
this was it. This was the last time. I did everything, and I'm like, this is it. If they don't do it, I'm just skipping it.
I hope we get to find a gin. I want to find a gin.
On the flip side, we just keep going something else. While we're looking
So,
at
did we
it.
find
Wasted.
this somewhere?
What?
Journal, did we find it?
Rob had this journal.
Oh, okay.
It was in the books that
In the
Rob.
books.
Those chips 'cause I can
Rob's
Okay.
folder is like this thick
Yeah.
with books that he's picked up and he's been reading in the travels. Lots of it had
idea what it
information that would have been really useful to you guys as you guys moved forward, but
Why didn't you share this information with us? Weren't you supposed to be playing Rob?
I gave it to C-Mac.
Fucking C-Mac?
Rob and Jory, though, are Rob's going to stay and just research in town, and Jory's going to stay and be his manservant, so.
Because Jory's a bitch.
So you guys,
Be his mammal.
Can I
you
not
travel
buy his weapon?
out of Brandenburg,
Makes
and you're going towards the edge of the desert.
sense.
You kind of go through more rolling wilderness and small towns, not a whole lot of large towns. Travel through the forest, and it's just the road through the forest. You don't encounter any elves or anything. There's no noticeable dwellings. And you kind of emerge on some really wide open plains. There's lots of grazing livestock. And as you move further east, the terrain becomes a little, drier, more
Every
arid.
day I spend
And you eventually
going around,
arrive
seems
at
like it.
Incidents, a dusty kind of city at the edge of the desert.
Incidents?
Incidents.
Desert City. Incidents.
And one thing that's very notable about it is it's, all things considered, it's a very bustling kind of trade city, which is strange for,
Which is nice.
for the it's not strange, but
Yeah.
it's just, it's out of place given what you guys have seen. You haven't seen a whole lot of trade cities.
Does anybody want to have the spell create
Wit
water?
with Staver.
Yep.
Yes.
And additionally interesting
Yes.
I would probably memorize that.
with the city is the
Barbarian
fact
can
that
create water.
you on the western edge as you come into
Exactly what it
town,
was.
it's just open, but the eastern edge of the town does have a short wall with a gate.
Well, we're in the city.
Yeah, it kind of looks like this.
Uh,
A little cloudy.
I might get the scoop and let the walls. I might get the scoop on the city. Like, what's, hey, what's going on, Bard Knowledge? Well, it's above a 15, so we'll go with that 15.
All right. Ultimately, the city handles two types of trade. One being your livestock and supporting, wool that's traveling west to Brandenburg on the coast.
Okay.
It also handles trade to the east to the city-state of Carlis. I'm sorry.
You were supposed to wait
Which
until
is
getting it and then just
in the
take it
Far
out of the
East. Most of what you get out of it is people don't want to go to Carlis. It's kind of a shithole city.
Gary, Indiana, got it.
And it's on the far side of the desert and against the mountains.
Full of ghostly folk.
There are caravans that run that way,
Ghostly folk.
but they typically charge kind of exorbitant rates. And additionally, they stopped at the Oasis, which would be a lake that is just kind of in the middle of the desert unexplainably.
Right.
And while you're in the Oasis, there is the leader of the Oasis, of the kind of city that's sprung up around it, is called the Blue Lady, and she expects tribute from everyone who
What kind of
goes there.
Does she accept penis?
She
Only if
expected
you like
us
blue
to
waffle.
bathe in blood.
The most of the caravans that travel east are they carry wood, food, and linens.
Food lemons pretty good too. Or wood linens. Wood food linens?
Okay.
Hey, what do you call it? Unattractive magnet? Damn, I messed up.
An attractive magnet.
Because what do you call it? Ugly magnet. Unattractive. I'll get a better one.
No, don't. Just quit while you're ahead.
Oh wait, I learned one. What do you call? Have you heard of the legend of Krampus? Did you know that if you say it backwards, it's "Sup, Mark"? Daddy Sixbang taught me that one. Okay, carry on with your story.
As far as the wall, you had asked about the wall, Ross.
Yep.
Very sporadically, Knoll raiders have been known to come out of the desert.
Fucking knolls.
But since the Blue Lady has taken over, those raids have not disappeared entirely, but have dwindled extensively. Most of the rumblings you get is the Blue Lady is a tyrant and a bitch, but she does
Most women are.
help control a lot of the riffraff that used to come.
And street rats.
Sounds like
Scoundrels.
Lord Bathcomb's gonna have to seduce another bitch.
You're gonna choke on
Given the fact that Mark read, I know Mark read through it for sure in Belleville, in the information they have, they ultimately do have a map to where the scholar was heading in search of treasure, which does not take you through the Oasis. You can make the choice of traveling to the Oasis or
treasure.
following the rough map.
Treasure.
I can create food and water for 3 people per level.
Treasure.
I can create water too.
And I can create water.
I can drink my own.
So, good for you.
And you're going to.
I can be a backpack while you run. Run. Jump.
I also have my horse.
Refreshing.
That can feed as well.
Yes, you can drink that.
Actually, robot, here,
You might want to leave
You can
your
use this so
horse
that
back in town.
guy
Very
can have
wide.
that horse.
I want a camel.
Yeah, they're my lord. Yeah.
I don't know how well the horse will.
I get the
last in
upgrade.
Do you have
desert.
camel minis?
No.
Damn it.
I don't even know if they've made a camel mini.
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure some company did, but I don't think D&D Wizards ever did.
How much is 2 camels?
2 camels.
Not cigarettes.
Plus
Two
feed.
camels and cigarettes, you guys?
each.
Camels?
It's probably $24.
They're going to be a little bit pricey in...
Well, time to haggle.
Well, I was just
Oh
stealing.
yeah, we haggle well.
Trade my horse for a camel.
Steal a
No one
camel.
wants a
I don't
horse.
know. We're going to say they're 100 gold each.
I really haven't done many bad things. totally doing some bad stuff. I'm not like kill people, but I've done that already.
Paladin!
Hello.
But you don't have to be like totally just.
I try to use
He kinda
diplomacy
is.
to.
We'll say bring it down 15%. 85 gold
All right, I'm buying 2.
for camel.
3. I'm
Three
buying
camels. Okay.
You got food for them?
No, you do. You are.
Oh.
How much
Create,
gold? How much
can't
gold?
create camel food?
How much gold is it gonna take to create to you be my create camel pack mule?
Have you ever been gnawed by a camel? Oh, fuck.
I mean,
Well, I can
what she
create
creates is
food.
like cookies and stuff. I don't think that's gonna be.
So, okay.
Camels will eat a cookie.
Camels eat
So-
everything.
I can create food to feed 3 humans or 1 horse per level.
Okay.
So it's similar. One
Yes.
horse,
What
one
level are
camel.
you?
1 horse, 1
5?
camel. I'm 5.
Oh yeah, you can.
So you could
Nope.
create enough food
That's
To
using one.
feed both.
to feed all of his camels and like 2 characters.
What's the?
Per
Is there
spell.
a wand?
Per spell.
What level spell is that?
Level 3.
Damn it.
There is a wand. It's
Food.
expensive.
3rd level is
Food.
water spell.
Food.
Create food and water.
Cast a biscuit.
Or you have camels. You don't necessarily have to ride the camels. You could use them as supply wagon.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
using the 3rd one.
I'm not hungry, but I want a burger.
Yeah, and I'll memorize the spell
She's
2
a
times a
face.
day.
Oh.
So we should be good.
Alright, I'll give you 100 gold.
Get so good at the trick, you're like,
Food.
Can I carry this? I give him 100 gold.
great.
So I lost 185 times 3,
255.
255 gold.
So 355 total.
Oh, I'm still way good.
How are you still way good? I don't have any money.
You have 100 gold more now.
I have 200 silver.
Because
Before
1, I've been
this, 100
performing.
gold.
2, I've been
Um,
looting every gem I can find. I'll take that
I've
gem.
got
Taking
tons
that
of
gem.
gems too. I have all my golden gems.
You have gold.
And I've been watching Mark very closely since his last attempt.
Yeah, 16 gold. Now I'm gonna go buy
I'm gonna
camel
inspect
as well.
my gems.
Okay. We'll give you guys, anybody who wants to buy camel, Ross got it at a wholesale rate.
That's how I got them. Mass marketing these
Yep.
camels.
I don't want a camel.
Well, he already bought the 3.
I'll
so
take a
we'll
free
just use
camel.
him.
I'll take a free camel.
I have a paladin mount. I'm good.
Just came
You're
from
just giving them
One of my
away.
clothes too for desert
Okay.
travel. I'm just gonna put them in my back as a desert clothes.
Yep, that's fine.
I'm gonna type chic desert clothes.
Okay, so you're talking, they're probably like 2 gold
Yep.
Iron Sheik.
for some really fancy desert clothes.
Yep.
The proper apparel.
Yep. And I'm buying them for myself and a nice pair of servant chic desert clothes for Jordan.
I'm already wearing cloth.
Black.
Much like me in real
cloth.
life, I'm not gonna prepare well.
Well, if you use it,
I'm not wearing
right,
anything. I'm
they
naked.
work.
And riding a horse.
Nice.
A horse in the desert.
Do I need sunscreen for my delicate elf
No, you'll be alright.
composition?
You,
No,
the
just get a
dwarf
little
can keep the
parasol.
parasol
Oh,
over
okay.
you.
Yeah, put the parasol
It's
on my
part.
camel.
It's part of the
Coming back.
sheath.
But no, it's gonna be like one of those like
Weekend,
those
whatever.
those houses. that
Oh,
sit on the
yep,
back.
yep.
Leave our horses.
Prince
I would.
Leaf,
I don't really care.
Yeah,
I spent like
Some
money on it.
clothes for Jorgendal.
I would
Mine
just
for free.
personally, I would just stable the horses if I
Oh,
were you.
come
I
on.
told you
That's
guys.
up to
Look
you.
what it is. It won't die in the desert.
Yeah, I'm gonna stable Bartholomew.
He's a freaking Phantom Steed. He's good. He's 10 out of 11. I don't. I know it's 10 out of 11 miniature.
44 out of 44. Yeah, dead last.
Is there any type of like wondrous items in this area, like in the bazaar area?
Nothing immediately noticeable.
Okay.
It might be possible to find them with some
I just
searching,
wanted to know if
but
there's anything I should be on the lookout for.
no, nothing specific. No.
Since we're gonna be like essentially caravanning out there, is there anyone that's looking to come with us, or that I can contract out to maybe deliver something? I don't know. Looking for more side quests.
There are no exclamation points in this area.
Damn it.
But we've got grayed out question marks.
Good day for fishing.
Oh yeah, great, no question marks. Okay. I'm gonna also buy enough food for my camels for 3 days on their own.
Okay.
I would go full week.
For a full week.
Yeah. So emergency rations for them and myself.
Got you.
So essentially, out of all that was what 335
Yep.
And then my clothes. I'm just gonna
Assume about 5 copper a day for feed.
Does anyone else need anything? I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
cash
as
in
far
my
as for the
black
animals.
pearl. I have a black pearl that's worth
I want
400.
rations.
You want
15
rations?
more horses.
Yeah.
15 more horses.
I just want 10.
And rations are 5 silver a day.
Oh, okay. So you have right now everyone for party terms of you have roughly 75 gold to play with.
Oh, look at you.
So you guys can choose to divvy that up however you want if you're tight on money, not you. I trust you.
And you guys can square up for your stabling when you get back.
Okay.
So buy as many as rations as 5 silver a piece.
5 silver a piece.
I'm gonna
1
carry a
million.
second water skin too.
Dang, we got some money here.
Well, you've never spent any money,
That's
so.
true. I have never spent money. I just keep taking.
Me too.
Me too.
Or not put that on.
I haven't spent any money, but I haven't gotten any either, so it's fine.
Mm,
I've gotten some decent items, so I'm not really worried about it.
whatever, about it.
10 rations or
Give
another
away all your stuff to charity. God, such a good person.
But how much are saddlebags?
Disgusting.
Oh, they're not a whole lot.
Why are you talking bright copper?
God.
They're more than that, but not much. I think for a
lawful
good set of
bro, not
saddlebags,
lawful
it's like
nice.
So we have
5
we have a
silver.
map of where the guy was going. Can I purchase a map of?
It's not really a map. It's a word map more
I
or
want
less.
to get a map of the area if they have one.
You could probably find a rough map of the desert. It's probably not all that accurate because there isn't a whole lot of
Things to map.
saddlebags are 4 gold pieces for very nice ones.
Okay.
You can find some beat up ones for 2 gold, but
Give me some burlap sack. Good enough.
with strategic holes cut out.
Little meat holes.
How much weight would you say a week's worth of
Yes.
or a week worth of camel food for? Well, Drogonol's not going to carry it anyway. So what the hell do I?
yeah, it's gonna be on the camel.
Yeah,
You gotta look that up.
I thought you already did that.
I'm just making note of it. And I was doing my weights, but then I realized it's going to be a camel, so I don't have to carry it.
Yeah, yeah.
I should know what that was.
Potions for money. Why do I have Ring of the Jesus?
Because it's water.
It's walking on water.
That's right.
Like a note.
Alright,
What
camel
is this
food.
ring of the
It's
Jesus?
on my fingers like Ring of the Jesus. It's like, oh. Alright, camel food. Food. 3
So you guys basically did some rough preparations.
Yep.
weeks worth.
How much would just a wrap of silk to put around my head cost?
I'll give you 5. I'll give you.
Of silk?
Well, I mean,
5 gold.
Like
something nice.
White.
I mean,
White
white
cloth.
linens.
Yeah.
You could probably get for like a silver.
Mm,
I mean,
You wanna
for
buy
something really nice.
If you want to buy the
Fine.
silk, there's money left over from the rations.
fine silk.
You got 75 gold. Everyone here could have like 20 rations and still be just fine out of that 75 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So if you want to buy a silk turban, you're more than welcome to.
Mm.
it is. I have a silk turban. I am just full chic. Just
When in Rome.
I even have like the little curved dagger right here. Yep.
Nice.
hmm can I buy a golden eagle?
Like the
Falconry. I want to have falcon. So my chic outfit's completely Lord Bathcombe.
So you want like you want an actual falcon, or do you just want the guard?
Guard.
Both.
Yeah, you could probably find it. I mean, it's kind of a bizarre town.
I want like the falcon to do scouting and stuff like that. Caw and hate
Is that
me.
him?
Yeah, you have me and
He's
Mary
got a
Paloma.
bird.
Everybody's got
He's
birds.
got a bird.
It's all for the
He's
facade.
just going for the look.
Yes.
It's like when the falcon's actually here, he's like, "Ah!" flapping.
Jordan will get it off me.
It'll be like
I-
scenes of
150
me.
gold for
Okay.
the whole
Falcon's
works.
gonna take
Got it.
off, and then it's just
Falcon
your
and
comes
falcon
in
food.
and kills it
Oh, God.
because your
I'm
falcon
gonna get
actually has
I'm
levels
gonna get
on
a
it.
nice turban. I'm still wearing my armor though.
Yeah, that's
maybe,
fine.
maybe with a spike.
Die.
Oh, yeah, even better.
No, I've got endure elements. It'll be fine.
Oh, I don't have that.
And
I
What-
can
what's its
cast
name?
it 4 times a day.
Obviously, you got to complete it. What's your falcon
I know it'll
called?
be fine.
huh?
What's your falcon called?
I'm
figure it
barely clothed as it is.
So while you guys are doing that,
That's
you're
true.
going to head out using the map that
Maybe
Ross
Rob.
got and the rough
I know.
directions that
It's
Rob
pretty
had.
broken.
Relics.
I've eaten this whole thing of cookies. Somebody eat a cookie.
Damn it.
Don't put them by me.
Going back
I'm
here.
good.
Down.
So you
Taking
depart
away
into the
and-
desert.
Here before
The-
Mark gets them.
the
Hand them to me.
strangest looking
I
caravan.
thought he was coming for him.
I don't eat cookies unless I have jizz
Uh,
on.
Just a bunch of
Here, hold on.
following the rough directions, you know, to the northeast and looking for the great stone highway that's described. And
Kid's favorite candy. Ooh.
after some time, traveling, you know, to the north of the main travel road, which was poorly marked at best, out into the desert, you eventually uneventfully find your way on to what you would assume would be called what they in the letter is called the Stone Highway, which is a section of exposed aqueduct. It heads kind of due north. At spots, it's completely free of sand. In other spots, it's buried in the dunes. There's spots where it's clear that it's kind of crumbled away and the sand is just filled in. And traveling it, if you follow it per the instructions in the note, it should be fairly easy. So that's where you're at, and the instructions basically say to follow the aqueduct.
Go the other way.
Shut up. Ow.
Follow the aqueduct. Which way?
It goes north.
The way it goes.
So
Okay.
follow those ducks.
Duck. What duck?
Duck.
The aqueduct.
So you're gonna start traveling north down the aqueduct.
It's a water duck.
Somebody roll me a percentile.
Got it. 19.
19.
Rough.
All right.
Get stuck.
Quicksand. You're all dead.
You come to a section of aqueduct that has kind of disappeared, and as you reach it, you're not surprised by it, but the sand kind of shifts. And roll initiative.
Stupid ant lions.
Yay!
Give me 1 second to get to that.
Gotta name my kid.
Look at my initiative. It's amazing.
All right, Kevin.
Did you want me to roll a separate initiative for the lion?
Is he out?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, you.
Rolled the same.
Exactly.
Me,
Kevin.
me is 17.
Tabby.
18.
C-Mac.
15.
Tomadril.
4.
Jorgendal.
18.
Guy.
18.
Belleville.
15.
Mark, your cleric.
14.
Your rogue.
8.
Robot.
18.
And the lion.
0. It's dead.
15.
And the Jefferson Wolf would act on your turn. Your animals would act on your own turn. And let me just sort this up, and I will get it laid out because it's just an open map. So
My camel's name are Gary,
Nice.
Paul, and Stefan.
Nice.
Yeah. And my falcon's name is falcon's name is Tiberius.
Yeah.
Tiberius.
So,
That's actually off of a cartoon.
Yes, it is.
So figure you guys out. We'll use that road as the aqueduct. You guys can place yourselves
Peoples.
towards one end of it.
Stefan. Goddamn.
Which way are we aiming?
Towards this exit part.
Sure, that works.
Aim up.
I cast the bull strength permit.
Jorgendal up front.
Tomadril in the back.
Free move movement.
Do you want to be on this wood thing?
Yeah, that's his,
My hawk, he's kind of
Oh,
chilling
okay.
on my shoulder.
I forgot
Fly.
about the bird. Mike, you're standing on a hawk?
I don't
That's
know which
weird.
one I am. Which one are you?
Mike.
I don't know.
I told
You're probably this one.
Yep, that is correct.
Where are you?
And I'd assume Robot is also up front.
Always.
He's off the table
Poor
still.
C-Mac.
That's kind of a dick.
You found me. Lay down. Put me on more.
Put me on more.
You're
It's
the
a
same.
scorpion!
You're the same upness as us. Okay.
That isn't how this works.
I'm gonna trip it.
I'm
It's a
always
mantis!
I use my.
Well,
Gator.
they're all scorpions.
I try to trip the scorpion.
It's a
Giant
They're
scorpions.
here to rock us like a
They
hurricane.
are large scorpions.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Careful. Terribly crazy.
The first, the carrion crawler piece
Okay.
scurries all the way up to Kevin, and is going to attack you with
It's
his
not stings.
claw.
I like to think
Claw
the
sting.
thing is going up and clicks and goes.
With his claws.
He's probably not going to hit you. Yes. You are flat-footed, so
I am flat-footed.
13.
That will not hit. No.
Didn't figure it would. Cabby,
I suppose I should look at my stuff.
I'm just going by the way it auto-sorted it.
2 attacks now.
What do I do?
That's true, you do.
2 attacks to fail.
Double
You
the
never know.
chances.
I hope we run into a mummy out here.
That's why I
Well,
took
now
those
I gotta
potions
get my
of
bow out.
Spent a lot of gold. I was like, remove curse.
Load it and shit. So
Remove disease.
Mummy rod.
I don't hit it.
Rest. What'd you trade?
Jorgendal,
I tried to shoot it.
through you, I
White.
might add.
Oh, you're right next to it.
Get some negative
Yeah,
rolls.
I am.
Eh.
I am to 5 foot.
No, you can hit it at a diagonal, you're good.
Okay, I got my
Yeah, I
heavy
tried to shoot
flail
through
out.
you. I didn't even think about that.
I didn't want to open up the
Good
internet.
thing I didn't
Why
hit
do
anything.
this?
I didn't connect with
Automatically
Facebook.
goes to 1.
I prefer X videos.
Yeah.
XX.
You gotta go back
I
and
look
forth.
at my to hit. It's been a while. I was like,
Mark prefers lemon party time.
Oh,
I've been there, seen that going on.
I
and everything.
I set fucking Belleville's homepage, and he's like, "You set it to fucking meat spin, didn't you?"
full power attack. Hit an 18.
That'll hit.
That's a
They are just giant scorpions.
Splatter it.
with a D10.
There was a time when they were a threat. When this was first made, this was probably the most deadliest encounter there was.
15.
All right.
You cleave him in two.
Smash the shit out of him. I'm gonna disarm his tail. Ah.
Guy.
His claws are a weapon, right? I sunder it.
Yep.
I'll shoot at that one that's attack kill. Uh, 29.
29 will hit.
Jesus.
4.
Nice.
Jefferson Wolf.
Reminds me of
If you want to do anything with Jefferson Wolf.
Trip him.
Attack Vader.
He'll be good right there.
I'm gonna charge that gator all the way back, take all those attacks off
don't
to me.
use
Robots.
They're all mine.
That's sad. I just need gold.
You can 5-foot step in.
So boring. Yes.
Murder. You mean I can't charge it? Damn it.
That's pretty much. Well, you could take a 5 foot in any direction and charge, right?
No.
Thought you could.
I mean, we've used that as a house rule at times to avoid having to charge through a allied party member, but
Oh, I just charged through him. I don't care. Bull rush. Move out of my way. Coming in. Yeah.
that is a D12. I mean, if you want to roll a D12, it's your business, but
7.
7 does not hit.
Okay.
Kevin.
Good game. Because I couldn't charge.
I attack.
I know it.
I attack.
First
Under
attack
curse,
is a
Kevin.
natural 1.
Critical.
Fuck.
Kill me.
Followed by a 13.
Okay, so you don't.
Don't
Fumble.
Fuck with that one up. Second attack is only what is that? 15? 15.
15 does not hit.
Called it.
C-Mac.
I'm good at rolling.
Let's see.
Hey, I rolled another 2.
It doesn't matter if I'm cursed.
No, I
have
rolled a
self-curse.
There goes my
That's
phone.
true.
Oh,
Are you still cursed?
No.
No.
Okay. It's like,
I got rid of that a long time ago. Well, we went and got it.
Yeah,
rid of
something else got
right,
right.
regular
When we
space,
healed
don't
all of
reach
our,
my
everybody had
lycanthropy.
like
That sucks.
lycanthropy, yeah. When we
That
were
did
at
happen.
lycanthropy.
Well, we almost died, so what do you expect?
are these giant scorpions?
Yes.
Large.
Large.
Oh. They don't count as giants.
No.
I'm just gonna move up towards it and stab it.
So you're going to draw the attack from it.
Yeah.
Stab.
Dead.
15.
Ties.
Okay, you're good.
Nat 20.
All right.
I didn't shoot Robot in the back of the head.
Damn it.
And then
Leon.
Presence of the beard.
That sure now comes up.
Some you Googling going on first.
Lion time.
Jim Florence.
Hey, Lion.
Florence?
You're up.
Yeah. Oh. My lion's turn.
Like
Yes.
FLAR?
Meow, kitty, kitty. Can Gary have an attack?
Couldn't even go Florence.
Camels
go
have bites.
Florence.
Spit.
Yeah.
Spit.
Right.
Blinds them.
Roar! He's just gonna run up this one.
Could be
Just makes
worse.
him really
Somebody
angry.
to
It's
lease.
gonna rain.
And then make an attack.
Yeah. He's going right up to him. Plus 7. 10.
10 does not hit. That was a good
Very
try, though.
weak swat.
Mark, your cleric.
You need a different die.
Need a different hand, I
It was
think.
like the coughing cat.